Deacon. Hey, I turn on CNN, I turn on Fox News, and anything talking about Haiti is talking about turmoil. Why do you think Haiti's in the state that it is right now?
You know, if the land can speak, they would tell you and I a lot of stuff. But our prophet Jeremiah warned us, man, just like Moses warned us and the rest of the prophets do warn us what's going on. But one thing we're going to do, though, in this show is this. We're going to search out these things, see who's behind this killing.
Haiti official who exposed the Clinton Foundation found dead in Miami. Klaus Eberwein, a former Haitian government official who was expected to expose the extent of Clinton Foundation corruption and malpractice next week, has been found dead in Miami. He was 50. Eberwein was due to appear next Tuesday before the Haitian Senate Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, where he was widely expected to testify that the Clinton Foundation misappropriated Haiti earthquake donations from international donors. According to Miami-Dade's medical examiner's records supervisor, the official cause of death is gunshot to the head. Eberwein's death has been registered as suicide. Eberwein, who had acknowledged his life was in danger, was a fierce critic of the Clinton Foundation's activities in the Caribbean island, where he served as Director General of the government's Economic Development Agency, Fonds d'Assistance Économique et Social 4-3.
Who's behind these robberies, who's behind all these things they've been stealing from Haiti.
So you think there's actual people behind this or nations behind the turmoil that is going on right now in Haiti?
Are you kidding me?
Haiti is going to hell because the Aristide is using thugs, murderers, and gang members.
In Haiti, anyone can be kidnapped and held for ransom. The man is still alive and is rushed away in this taxi.
We didn't used to hear shootings around here. It was normally downtown. Today, it's everywhere.
Extortion and kidnappings have become a common trade to finance the gangs. Since the assassination of the Haitian president in 2021, the country has been plunged even further into political chaos and insecurity. 80% of the capital today is controlled by criminal groups.
To gain control over the opposition, people are dying.
Oh, you telling me there's nobody behind it?
I mean, they saying that the Haitians' lack of discipline and the voodoo and all that is a cause of them being in the state they are right now.
Yeah, that's why the Bible said we're not supposed to trust our enemy. Because their friends came tell us the same thing you're talking about. It's because we're not disciplined. So is the American. They came and tell us the same things.
Take a look at the people of Haiti. I was at a little Haiti the other day in Florida, and I want to tell you, they hate the Clintons because what's happened in Haiti with the Clinton Foundation is a disgrace. And you know it, and they know it, and everybody knows it.
When they rob us of the banks, we just have our own banks, then they steal the gold, they steal the money. They tell us the same thing. We was not disciplined as well.
On December 17, 1914, U.S. Marines disembarked from the USS Machias in Port-au-Prince's harbor, They walked into Haiti's national bank, removed $15 million worth of gold belonging to the Haitian government, loaded it onto the warship, and sailed back to New York, essentially conducting a government-sponsored international bank heist. The US justified its actions by claiming the gold might be needed to cover Haiti's extensive debts to US banks, even though Haiti had been making all payments as required. This event was part of a broader process of US financial institutions coming to dominate Haiti's economy. Indeed, just 5 years prior, 2 US banks had established complete control over Haiti's national bank when they purchased it from the French. And over the prior 4 decades, the US had eclipsed France as Haiti's largest trading partner, now accounting for 70% of imports. As the US's power grew exponentially, its strategic and economic aims expanded well beyond its borders, specifically in the Caribbean. It had taken Cuba and Puerto Rico from Spain, bullied its way to the construction of the Panama Canal, and now businessmen had aspirations of economically dominating the island of Hispaniola.
And so the way it is right now, I don't see any hope for Haiti right now. What do you see?
Oh, yeah, man, that is hope. There's always hope.
Haiti is different. That's a poor country. You guys don't really know that. That's a poor country. They don't know cause the poverty. And then they go in the back and say, oh yeah, we got to come and fix, we got to come and... That's what they do.
Gilbert Biggio is a retired Haitian businessman. He is the founder of GB Group and Haiti's only billionaire. He was sanctioned by the government of Canada along with Sharif Abdallah and one more businessman for their involvement in arms trafficking and human rights violations in Haiti. Biggio is also the de facto leader of Haiti's Jewish community and an honorary consul to Israel. Biggio's name appeared in the 2021 Pandora Papers leak of secret offshore company documents by the ICIJ. In an accounting document from the estate of Jeffrey Epstein, Biggio was revealed as the buyer of Epstein's Mercedes Maybach at a price of $132,000. Other leaked documents showed Biggio moving wealth to Miami and Switzerland through offshore companies in different tax havens.
That's what the enemy do.
All praise to the Most High. There's always hope. We're gonna research these people that did what they did to Haiti. Then by the time you watch these whole things, it's gonna be unfold right. And then you're gonna see there's key players. There is real people behind the destruction of Haiti.
Renowned as one of Haiti's wealthiest, with a net worth between $1 to $5 billion. Unfortunately, they are infamous for their involvement in corruption and criminal activities. Gilbert Biggio, a prominent member, has drawn attention for his connection to the Jeffrey Epstein list and the Pandora Papers. He faces sanctions from the Canadian government for arming and mobilizing gangs in Haiti. We have the Brandt family, boasting an estimated net worth of $2 to $6 billion. The Brandt family operate as a powerful criminal syndicate spanning both Haiti and Jamaica. In 2012, Clifford Brandt Jr. was apprehended in Haiti for running a kidnapping ring that targeted the impoverished, the diaspora, and even wealthy individuals in the country. Investigations revealed that the family operated as a cartel in the Caribbean. The Brandt kidnapping ring and murder cartel, uncovered by local and international investigators, emerged as one of the most sophisticated and influential criminal syndicates in the Caribbean. During interrogation, Brandt disclosed that he held only the 5th position within the leadership hierarchy of his organization. This revelation implicated the eldest son of the president at the time, Olivier Martelly, members of the Haitian elite, individuals from the president's private security team, and high-ranking police officials. The Aristide family, with one of its most notable members being Jean Bertrand, whose wealth is estimated to range from $800 million to $1 billion. Jean Bertrand made history as the first democratically elected president of Haiti, serving terms in 1991 and 2001. After being ousted by a military coup in 1991 by coup leader Raoul Cedras, Jean-Bertrand decided to do away with the military in his second term in office in 2001, which eventually led to another military coup, this time led by the present-day Senator Guy Philippe in 2004. During the 2004 coup, in an attempt to hold on to his presidency, it was said that Jean-Bertrand armed his young marginalized supporters in the slums of Cité Soleil, which led to a number of killings and murders.
Something real interesting that strike my mind also, Deke, is that Haiti's such a small land, yet you got all these nations wanted to put their hands in Haiti. What do you think is that?
So many wealth in Haiti, man. Yeah, we're gonna prove it too. We're gonna show you guys, Haiti is a rich island.
What are the major natural resources of Haiti? Oil and natural gas. A recent finding has shown that the nation of Haiti might have some of the largest oil reserves in the world. The oil reserves are estimated that they could be larger than those of Venezuela. Nations that are found close to the Greater Antilles such as Puerto Rico, Cuba, Dominican Republic, and Haiti are estimated to be sitting on natural gas of about 159 billion cubic feet and oil of about 142 million barrels. It is also estimated that undiscovered reserves could hold as much as 941 million barrels of crude oil and natural gas thought to be about 1.2 trillion cubic feet. Areas thought to be rich in oil include the Central Plateau, the Bay of Port-au-Prince, Dominican, and the Cul-de-Sac Plain. Daniel Mataran, a French scientist, has compared Haiti's oil reserves to a swimming pool compared to those of Venezuela, which he likened to a glass of water. 20 oil sites have been already identified for potential drilling, with 5 of them being considered crucial. Scientists have supported the likelihood of massive oil reserves in Haiti since it has been found that areas where tectonic plates meet in the ocean often hold huge amounts of hydrocarbons ready for exploitation. It is thought that the earthquake that shook the nation recently could have allowed oil to seep into the fault lines. Scientists from various companies are currently studying the fault line from Port-au-Prince onwards to try and find areas with unexploited deposits that are ripe for drilling. At least 3 million barrels have been discovered in what is regarded as shallow formations just off the nation's shores. The Oil Trade Journal of 1919, however, suggests that oil was discovered in the nation of Haiti long before the current oil rush in the nation. The journal indicates that oil seepages were noticed coupled with natural gas seepages that often amazed local natives.
Zone côté li a son gros ressource pays ya. Est-ce qu'on connaît tout appareil qui doit entrer dans avion là et pas pour venir goumer pour venir porter ressource pays ya. Pays mettre côté nous yo pas ka venir prendre yo.
Ah, li parle là oui.
Comment on fait pas parler là?
Li parle là, monsieur. Prends ça.
Dans zone côté nous yo pas ka venir prendre yo. Regardez go gaz qui sorti depuis tabac, qu'al fini depuis barrer la gonave. Li passe
The nation of Haiti is thought to have gold deposits worth about $20 billion. Companies such as Magiscore Resources from Canada have already bought rights to prospect 173 square miles of the island for gold. Initial sample results have shown that there are areas with high gold concentrations. The nation's vulnerability to geological events such as earthquakes also means that the nation and its neighbors in the region where massive tectonic plates fault lines form deposits for gold veins which are presumably pushed up from the earth inner layers during geological events. This theory is supported by finding in Chile where massive copper deposits are found. Geologists have also observed borders covered with an oxidized blue-green copper coating which indicates that there might be deposits of precious metals such as copper held in deeper layers. At a site in Trou du Nord, samples taken from 160 feet below the surface shows that the rocks are peppered with gold. Gold was initially mined on the island in the 1500s by the Spanish following its discovery of the rare metal on the island by Christopher Columbus. Later the Spanish moved to richer deposits in Mexico. Reports from 2 sites have revealed at least 1 million ounces of gold. So far only Summon Company has full concessions to exploit the resources.
It's the same thing they did to Africa. It's the same thing they're doing in Haiti right now. Guns, bullets. What we're doing is killing one another for the white man. That's what we're really doing.
Armed gangs launched a fresh attack on Haiti's capital before dawn on Tuesday. The violence reportedly left several people dead in the Port-au-Prince neighborhood of Delmas 30. Reuters saw people fleeing the gang violence, carrying their belongings, mattresses, and in one graphic clip, what appeared to be a body in a wheelbarrow. Local Alexis Josue was among those leaving the area.
I used to live at Delmas 30, but now I don't know whether to go up or down, whether to turn left or right. Why are we in this situation? Wherever they go, we run. We haven't slept since the day before yesterday because everyone was panicking. But now they've finished us at Delmas 30. Today is the end.
Gangs continue to operate unchecked in the Caribbean nation. More than 1 million Haitians, close to 10% of the Caribbean's most populous country, have been internally displaced. That's after a years-long conflict in which the gangs, who are armed, well-funded, and in a broad alliance, have expanded and cemented their control over much of the capital and surrounding areas.
Unless we wake up knowing who we are, what we need to do for salvation, this killing will continue. Killing each other for white folks. There's no different than what happened in LA. You remember all their gangs? They start killing one another. It's the same thing happening in Haiti right now.
So I see that, what you mentioned, I see it going on when it comes to the next side of the border, the Dominican Republics, where they're turning Dominican Republic against Haiti.
When people picture the Dominican Republic, they often imagine pristine beaches, all-inclusive resorts, and of course, bachata. But behind this picturesque destination lies something much more violent. For decades, the Dominican government has terrorized Haitians and people of Haitian descent. It's beaten people, deported them, and even stripped them of their birthright citizenship. And it's gotten away with it. The Dominican government claims it's simply enforcing immigration laws, but the story goes much deeper. The Dominican Republic and Haiti are actually neighboring countries on the same island. A look at the island of Hispaniola reveals a stark divide. Let's start in 1697. That's when France and Spain split the island after the 9 Years' War into San Domingue and Santo Domingo. The French side became the world's most profitable colony at the time, exporting sugar, coffee, and indigo. But those profits came at a cost. Plantation owners worked enslaved Black people to death. It was so bad that in 1791, the people enslaved in San Domingue revolted and sparked the Haitian Revolution. Meanwhile, Santo Domingo wasn't that successful of a colony for the Spanish. It was less developed, had fewer enslaved people, and a more mixed population. Things were still unfair, but not quite as brutal as next door. In 1804, San Domingue won its independence from France, becoming the first free Black republic. It renamed itself Haiti. Fast forward to 1822, Haiti, trying to protect itself from being invaded or colonized again, occupied the eastern part of the island, which had recently won independence from Spain. This is where the complicated relationship began. At first, some Dominicans were relieved at being free from European rule, but that didn't last long. During Haiti's 22-year occupation, it abolished slavery, redistributed land, broke up the Catholic Church's power, and pushed for French to replace Spanish. In response, a secret society began plotting to break away from Haiti and form an independent Dominican state. And on February 27, 1844, Santo Domingo declared independence, rebranding itself as the Dominican Republic. So you see, by 1844, you had two totally different countries sharing one island. Haiti, born from a slave revolt with a mostly Black population and French-based Creole culture, and the Dominican Republic with a more mixed population and the Spanish language, founded by a secret society largely made up of white Dominican elites.
These people are racialized by their phenotype, right? So irrespective if you have even two Black parents, right, and they may be both dark-skinned, if you come out light-skinned, you can be categorized as a different racial category, where in the US, that would not be the case.
These assumptions about who's Dominican and who's Haitian wind up having major impacts on people's lives.
There are Dominicans who are dark-skinned, who are indistinguishable from any other Black person from anywhere in the world. They often get confused as Haitian, sometimes even deported in mass raid, just like any other perceived illegal person would be. Or undocumented, rather.
While there's a wide range of appearances in both countries, darker skin, French-sounding last names, and even hair texture can lead to individuals being perceived as Haitian, many times with dire consequences. The Dominican Republic deported more than 250,000 Haitians in 2023. Thousands of children were separated from their families, and hundreds of pregnant women, many of whom were detained in or near hospitals, were deported back to Haiti. Yet 99% of Dominicans surveyed don't believe Haitians' human rights were violated, and it's been getting worse. Anti-Haitianism and anti-Blackness is so deeply ingrained in Dominican society that it's often ignored and defended. From sports, like in the case of Dominican baseball player Sammy Sosa using a bleaching cream to significantly whiten his skin, to the popular joke,
I no black, negro nunca, I no no.
When talking about how Dominicans view themselves.
Yo, Cap, our people confused out here, man.
Oh yeah, they bugged out, Deke. They crazy. What's going on with these people, Deke? They hate themselves. They want to look like the oppressor, the so-called white man.
Damn, look at your boy, the baseball player.
Sammy Sosa. Hell yeah. It's all Daniel 9 and 7 all in his face, Deke. Confusion of faces. Sammy Sosa's a confused Negro, Deke.
But you remember in Ghana, man, people would stand in line trying to get the queen.
Ghana, Jamaica, Dominican Republic, Haiti. All wherever our people's at, they hate themselves, Deacon.
Damn, they want to look like white folks.
Confusion of faces.
Christ is black. God is black. The angels is black. The children of Israel is black. You better act like you know, boy.
That's right.
But the Dominican Republic isn't alone in its anti-Blackness. In fact, it's part of a larger epidemic across Latin America.
Yeah, because that's where people don't realize that the elite that behind the scene.
How the Zionist billionaire family of Gilbert Bigio has ruled Haiti for over 100 years. So this guy is often described as Haiti's only billionaire. He's long been a polarizing figure in an impoverished Caribbean nation. His vast business empire and immense wealth stand in stark contrast to the grinding poverty experienced by most Haitians, raising questions about the ethics of his business practice and his influence in a country's turbulent politics. Now, his family's rise to power in Haiti is a story of generational wealth and accumulation and strategic business expansion spanning over a century. The Bigio's family roots in Haiti trace back to 1896 when Gilbert Bigio's father, a Sephardic Jew from Aleppo, Syria, which was then part of the Ottoman Empire, immigrated to the Caribbean nation. This early arrival gave the family a significant head start in establishing themselves in Haiti's business community. So in the early 1900s, the Bigio family began building their wealth through various trading companies and a cotton gin. This laid the foundation for their future business empire. The family's fortunes saw a significant boost in the 1970s with the establishment of a steel mill. The diversification into heavy industry marked a turning point in the Bigio family economic influence. Under Gilbert Bigio's leadership, the family business evolved into the GB Group, a diverse conglomerate with interests across multiple sectors of Haiti's economy. Some key developments include diversified investments. The GB Group gained controlling interest in at least 16 of Haiti's largest companies across industries such as energy, telecommunications, constructions, and consumer goods. Strategic partnerships like the Bigios became the largest Haitian partner in Digicel, which was a major telecommunications company in the Caribbean.
Even though in Haiti, even though in Dominican Republic is also elite as well. They all put their head together to put Haiti in the condition they're in today. There's nobody innocent. There's nobody innocent.
While anti-Haitian sentiment started during the occupation, it cemented itself during the dictatorship of Rafael Trujillo. Trujillo's regime, initially backed by the US, aggressively promoted a nationalist ideology known as Dominicanidad through the media and public speeches. The main goal? To create a clear distinction between Dominican and Haitian identities, often portraying Haiti as a threat to Dominican culture and values. The government rewrote Dominican history to portray Haitians as constant aggressors and a danger to the country's independence. Trujillo embedded hate against anything with African origins, not just Haitian. He promoted the idea of blanqueamiento, the whitening of the Dominican population. He even wore makeup to whiten his skin and went as far as relabeling many Dominicans of African descent Indio, which means Indian, to distance themselves from their blackness. Here's the kicker. Trujillo's grandmother was actually Haitian.
People of the court, y'all see the division amongst our people?
Yeah.
There ain't nothing new under the sun.
It's true.
Yo, you see how the Dominicans was testing the Haitian people? About how they talk? That's the same thing that was going on in Judges 12.
Still.
The hatred between Southern Kingdom and Northern Kingdom is crazy.
Still is.
As it was yesterday, same thing today.
That's right. That's right.
The Parsley Massacre. Tens of thousands of our people killed for foolishness.
Trujillo implemented the racial profiling system we talked about earlier, targeting individuals based on their skin color or perceived Haitian ancestry. This was part of his Dominicanization of the Frontier Project, which aimed at strengthening Dominican control over the border region and reducing Haitian influence. The 1937 Parsley Massacre was part of this push. Tens of thousands of Haitians were killed for not pronouncing parsley in Spanish, perejil, correctly. It was a test designed by the Dominican government to target Haitians.
You know, but a lot of these presidents they had in Haiti was corrupt. I think after Dessalines left, all we met was corruptible men, wicked men. They're down with the white man, destroy their own race. Now that's where we at in Haiti today.
You see, Edom like to set up taskmasters in Haiti. Papa Doc, Baby Doc, the most violent and wicked men that hated their own people just to protect the interests of the white man.
Yeah, that's true.
And to afflict the children of God so we can build up their treasure cities. Paris, Marseille, New York City, Los Angeles.
Right.
The city of angels, my ass. When is our city, New Jerusalem, gonna be built?
Yeah. Right.
When the Levites of Haiti repent and keep God's commandments.
Right.
Then Edom's gonna build up our walls.
That's
then
right. That's
Ishmael's gonna build up our treasured cities.
Can't wait.
Thus saith the Lord.
Then you telling me there's no hope? There is hope.
So it's not only one nation, but I know that France is on top of that list.
So is America. So is Canada.
Rob Hodgson was an investigator with the UN in Haiti. It was his job to examine allegations of sexual misconduct by UN employees.
Right here.
For the first time ever, he's sharing details about a troubling case that landed on his desk in 2013.
The female victim had met a police officer who was working as a peacekeeper.
Hostin says the officer had picked up a local sex worker and brought her to the UN vehicle when the two had an argument about how much she would be paid.
The confrontation had turned physical and that he had pointed his UN-issued firearm at her.
Then, Hostin says, what she did next is possibly the only reason anyone was able to learn the officer was a Canadian.
In fear of her life, she had fled from the vehicle, during the course of which she had taken his UN ID badge.
That ID badge revealed the officer had been recruited for the Haiti mission from the Sûreté du Québec police.
Were you guys confident that this incident actually took place?
Yes, without a doubt.
So, Deacon, tell us about the UN, the United Nations. I thought the purpose of them being founded was to bring global peace on Earth.
You remember the UN is in the heart of New York City. It's a cover-up. The UN known from bringing diseases to Haiti.
Yeah, just like how it say in Deuteronomy 28:61. The Lord said because we broke his commandments, that he would send every sickness and every plague that's not written in the Bible. That's the UN doing that.
But you remember, is there also be stealing wealth in Haiti as well.
Like I was saying in Isaiah chapter 10, how the Lord uses the other nations to tread us down in the streets as a prey and a spoil.
They claim they bring food to their countries, right? But that's not true. They will sell the food to the robbers. You understand? Always trying to get the 2 cents.
That's why it says in Obadiah, it calls Esau thieves and robbers. You know how a regular thief do? A thief will steal, and then he'll just steal just so he has enough. But Esau, it says they steal and they continue to do it. They're never satisfied.
You remember what the Bible say about the white man? The seed of Edom. That's who they are, the seed of Edom. You remember what the Bible say, clear and simple, bro? They are the seed of the damn devil.
The wicked, the capital W, wicked of the Bible.
That's right.
The Haiti earthquake nearly a decade ago left an already impoverished country even more vulnerable. With the promise to help, some 625 police officers from different police forces have come here as peacekeepers, mostly to train the Haitian police. Because there's a huge power imbalance, the officers are forbidden from getting sexually involved with the Haitians. But new internal government emails obtained by CBC News reveals 6 Canadian police officers have engaged in sexual misconduct, and the UN was losing patience with Canada. The diplomatic relationship was being strained, according to an email from Global Affairs to the RCMP discussing the matter. Another document shows the UN sent multiple requests to Canada. It wanted details on accountability for the officers. And the UN wasn't impressed with what it learned. The most an officer received in those 6 cases was a 9-day suspension. And following Hostin's investigation, the officers simply avoided accountability by retiring.
The people who I really feel sorry for are the actual victims. They are forgotten.
And remember, police officers deployed to Haiti come from about 30 police forces across Canada. If something goes wrong, it's that local police force that decides on the discipline. But it's the RCMP that oversees the peacekeeping program. They wouldn't agree to an on-camera interview, but spoke to us by phone.
Would you agree that the current system of holding UN police officers accountable is broken?
The system is clearly not broken. Even one case is too many. But when these cases do take place, we have the processes in place to ensure that there is accountability.
Actually, the documents spell out that accountability is rather thin. In fact, if a peacekeeping officer commits a crime while abroad, in most cases, he can't be charged back in Canada.
Does the UN really bring peace on earth?
I never see a place where the UN bring peace. They're just like America. America don't bring peace to nowhere. Right. Democracy don't have nothing to do with peace. Democracy have to do with robbery. All of them playing a big role. So it's the Syrian. Yeah, they play a big role too.
So you got the Arabs also involved?
Everybody's involved robbing Haitian people.
Early 20th century, many Arabs of the Ottoman Empire fled into Haiti, looking for our natural resources. This was the Syrians, the Lebanese, the Palestinians. Much tension grew amongst the Haitians. Then one of our leaders, President Leconte, the grandson of Dessalines, came into power in 1912. Right. He came in with much reform for the people.
Born in September 29, 1854 in Saint-Michel-de-l'Audelais, Haiti, Cincinnatus Leconte got a first look at the Arab-Syrian immigration in Haiti, which he deemed as an invasion. Leconte spearheaded a series of impactful reforms, including street paving, increased teacher salaries, telephone line installation, and a reduction in the army's size. Collier's Weekly, an American general interest magazine, asserted in August 1912 that Leconte's administration was widely acknowledged as the ablest and cleanest government Haiti has had in 40 years. Zora Neale Hurston, an American author and anthropologist, highlighted in the 1930s after extensive research in Haiti that Leconte was credited with initiating numerous reforms and generally taking positive steps, realizing the threat that the local Syrian population posed to the nation. Leconte started pursuing policies aimed towards limiting the immigration levels and commercial activities for the foreigners, a threat that historians now described as the action that constituted the opening wedge of the American economic conquest of Haiti. Prior to ascending to the presidency, Leconte had promised to rid Haiti of its Syrian population. In 1912, Leconte's foreign minister released a statement stating that it was necessary to protect nationals against the disloyal competition of the Easterner whose nationality is uncertain. Those statements made his administration unpopular with not only the Syrian foreigners, but also his political opponents who stood to benefit from the Arab invasion. Despite being elected to a 7-year term, Leconte's time in office was short-lived. On the night of August 8, 1912, a violent explosion destroyed the National Palace, killing President Cincinnatus Leconte with 300 soldiers and staff members.
Yeah. But the heathen, they didn't like that. So what they do? Mysteriously, the National Palace, kaboom, blows up, killing him, his leaders, and his soldiers.
Okay. That's crazy.
That's what the nations don't want. They don't want our leaders to rise up for us, just like they did to our leaders in the past.
Right.
This was the first time explosives were used in an assassination in Haiti. Similar to his grandfather, Cincinnatus Leconte was able to foresee the future and how negatively it would impact the rest of the Haitian population. For that same vision, he was assassinated. 3 years later, Haiti was invaded by the U.S. Marines.
Wow. Everybody. Wow. And they're like billionaires, millionaires. So they're the one who bring the guns.
Increasingly sophisticated and high-caliber firearms and ammunition are being trafficked into Haiti. The assessment adds that Haiti remains a transshipment country for drugs, primarily cocaine and cannabis entering by boat or plane at public, private, and informal ports, as well as clandestine runways.
The report from the UN Office on Drugs and Crime finds that Haiti serves as a waypoint for illicit drugs coming primarily from Colombia and Jamaica, heading towards Western Europe, the Dominican Republic, and especially the United States. While most guns and ammunition come from the United States, entering Haiti illegally by land, sea, and air, with traffickers leveraging poorly controlled borders, the flow of guns from the U.S. has contributed to record levels of violence.
Yo, brother, Haiti needs some healing, man.
What you mean, D?
Bro, you ain't see what they're doing to Haiti, man?
Haiti's jacked up, D.
The whole media is watching the unfair they're doing to Haiti. We just really are bringing drugs, guns, gangs.
They're completely destroying Haiti. And you know why, D? They don't want that revolutionary spirit of Haiti to spread across the nations. They don't want that.
Damn, man.
Haiti was the first black nation to get their independence.
Oh, that's why white folks is doing that.
They scared out their mind, Dig.
Damn! White people, you are the damn devil.
Satan.
Gang-related violence has reached levels not seen in decades. Murders and kidnappings increased for a 4th consecutive year.
Some Haitians, exhausted by years of violence, poverty, and instability, have grown weary of the U.S.
No to the Americans. You are monsters. You don't have solutions. You are chaos. You are behind the gangsterization of crime. You are giving arms to our brothers and those who are in underprivileged neighborhoods.
That's some real stuff, bro.
Wow.
But our people would not believe us, would they?
Well, they don't. They go choose Christianity. They choose white man's religion. Everybody goes towards the white man's religion in Haiti.
Yeah, it is big. Catholic is big in Haiti. Christianity is big in Haiti. Big, even a little bit Muslim, not too big, but Catholic definitely is the key player.
Wow.
Then you heard about the Catholics, throughout slavery, what they did. They were trying to force Christianity over our people.
It's 1493. The world is buzzing with tales of newfound lands, spices, and treasures across the seas. Somewhere in the Vatican, Pope Alexander VI is sitting in his grand chamber, quill in hand, about to make one of the boldest real estate decisions in human history. He's dividing the entire planet, yes, the whole planet, between two European powers, Spain and Portugal, like a parent telling squabbling kids, you take the left side of the sandbox, and you take the right. Except this sandbox is filled with actual civilizations, thriving cultures, and millions of people who have no idea a pope thousands of miles away is signing their eviction notice. Pope Alexander VI likely never set foot in the Americas, never saw the lush forests or heard the drumbeats of thriving cultures. From his cushy chair in the Vatican, it was easy to issue decrees that forever altered the course of history. For him, it was politics and power. For the indigenous peoples, it was catastrophe. Entire civilizations were uprooted, and their histories rewritten to fit the European narrative. But wait, there's more. The doctrine of discovery, enshrined by Incarceration, became the blueprint for colonization worldwide. Its echoes can be heard in legal systems to this day, with nations still grappling over indigenous land rights. Indigenous populations didn't get the memo, and frankly, they wouldn't have cared if they did. After all, who listens to a papal decree from a man thousands of miles away who's never set foot on their land? The indigenous peoples of these discovered lands quickly found themselves caught in a theological paradox. They were, apparently, children of God and therefore needed saving, but also somehow subhuman enough to justify their enslavement.
Now, the Haitian people, if you go to Haiti, you're going to see a bunch of churches. They ain't helping the people. It's still the guns there, still crime being made. Still happening, brother. Throughout the world, still happening. Because there's something in Haiti these nations want. Then they're robbing the Haitian people just for it.
It's almost as if they know that the Haitians got a special spirit on them.
They know that.
A spirit that could, because if you notice, they walk up a lot of the Latin nations to revolution.
Yep.
So they know that Haiti, the spirit of the Haitian people, could influence the rest of the nations of Latin America and throughout the Caribbean.
How did the Haitian Revolution influence slavery in the West? The Haitian Revolution did not lead to the immediate emancipation of slaves in the West. For several years, most Western countries refused to acknowledge Haiti as an independent country. They were shocked that a slave rebellion had actually succeeded, and were fearful that recognizing former slaves as free men might lead to an end of slavery in their own countries. The implications of freed slaves seemed too much for the Western world to consider seriously, and they believed the revolution to be a warning of what would happen to their countries if they did not correctly control their slave populations. Even though the Haitian Revolution did not end slavery in the West, it did help to start the process of ending slavery.
Yeah, we did that. Man, but one thing I do recognize is this. Then that's why they keep us down. Because they see our influence throughout the world. Then we prove it, our influence is big. Then we did help a lot of countries get their independence.
Which countries, Deacon?
Man, we help, you got Dominican Republic next door, we help them get independent. Yeah, definitely. Wow. You know, we got, like you said, not in America. We help these brothers as well.
No, Venezuela, Venezuela.
Even though here in America, we came and helped the American people fight their independence.
Wow.
You know, to get independence.
In 1779, during the American Revolutionary War, a group of over 500 free black Haitian soldiers arrived in Savannah, Georgia. They were called the Chasseurs Volontaires de Saint-Domingue, elite volunteers from what is now Haiti. Their mission? To help the American colonies fight the British. What? They weren't slaves. They weren't forced. They volunteered. They stood shoulder to shoulder with American patriots and stormed British lines during the Battle of Savannah, one of the bloodiest battles of the war. They faced cannon fire, bayonets, death, in a country that didn't even see them as equals. These Haitian soldiers fought for American independence while black Americans were still enslaved.
Wow.
Many died. Some returned to Haiti and later joined the Haitian Revolution, carrying with them the taste of war and the knowledge that freedom wouldn't be gifted. It had to be taken. Today, there's a statue of them in Savannah, but barely anyone knows why it's there. No major textbooks teach it. No national holiday remembers them. And yet, America owes part of its freedom to Haiti. When I realized that black men from a Caribbean colony crossed oceans to fight for a country that would never fight for them.
The Haitian Revolution began in 1791 and lasted until 1804. What happened during that time on the Caribbean territory, then known as Saint-Domingue, was nothing short of bloody, gruesome, and chaotic. However, the impact of the event changed history forever. After the end of the French Revolution in 1799, the ideals of equal rights for all human beings rang throughout the Americas and the Caribbean. However, the revolution had left France in financial difficulty. As a result, heavy tariffs were placed against planters stationed in Haiti who were importing produce from France. The Haitian planters, in return, were not allowed to trade with any other external power, This limited growth in a colony that was, by far, the crown jewel of the Kingdom of France. The colony produced 40% of all sugar and 60% of all coffee imported by Europe, and France sent over 800,000 African slaves to Haiti. That's more than double the number of slaves sent by France to the entire North American continent. Revolutionaries such as Toussaint Louverture and Jean-Jacques Dessalines were the main champions of the revolution, leading strategic military advances against French troops, defeating both the French army and the navy. Louverture was captured and died in prison in 1803, 1 year before the end of the revolution. Dessalines finished the task, leading a final successful revolt in 1804, signaling the birth of the Second Republic in the Western Hemisphere after the United States, and the first independent state governed by ex-African slaves in history. The Haitian Revolution left a deep scar on the military might and the resources of the French kingdom turned empire, with over 2/3 of all French troops that were sent to Haiti being killed. The loss of the colony also hurt France economically, giving way for Napoleon to consider other ways of acquiring money to fund his war efforts, especially his advances throughout Europe. U.S. President Thomas Jefferson did not recognize the Haitian state in an effort to build a good relationship with France, with the aim of acquiring New Orleans and some of the territory from the Louisiana colony. Things worked out even better for the Americans. The loss of Haiti was so great to France that Napoleon, in desperation for funds, sold the entire colony of Louisiana, all 827,000 square miles of it, to the United States for $15 million. Result, the Louisiana Purchase more than doubled the size of the United States, allowing them to acquire lands that later on would be discovered as having precious minerals and resources such as gold and oil. The Louisiana Purchase in today's money costs over US $600 billion, and today the land purchase is well worth over US $2 trillion. Because of the initiative of a few African slaves on a Caribbean island and the willingness of a French emperor to sell.
But now everybody turned their back in Haiti. But most of the gun in Haiti, guess where they come from? America.
Wow.
Made in America.
So
Good old America.
America's hands still in Haiti.
After a while, still, rape, murder, still is. The white man is the damn devil.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that.
There's a lot to learn about Haiti because a lot of history behind Haiti. But one thing we're gonna see and recognize in this show is this. We're gonna bring the true history out. We're gonna bring fact out. Then we're gonna bring names and pictures. You know, that's what makes this show interesting.
So after today, there shouldn't be no doubt as to why and who's causing Haiti to be destroyed.
No confusion whatsoever. White man, I guess you're right.
What in the hell happened to the people in Haiti? Didn't they get their independence?
Many Haitians are saying, we want to try actual Haitian democracy where the Haitian people, not just the elite and the bourgeoisie and the business interests, get to have a say and determine the direction and future of the country.
It's clear that Haiti's poverty and political instability has long been influenced and shaped by foreign players. So, knowing this, where does Haiti...
The wicked nation of Edom. The Americans...
Shoddy construction, in one case, worrying levels of formaldehyde. The trailers are also built by the same company, Clayton Homes, that's currently being sued in the U.S. for providing formaldehyde-laced trailers to displaced residents after Hurricane Katrina. A student and teacher at a school housed in the trailers described the conditions there.
The class gets so hot, kids get headaches, and we go to the teacher for him to give us painkillers.
The French.
The nation of Haiti became the first country to legally outlaw slavery when former slaves overthrew their French masters in 1804. However, many children continue to work as indentured servants, known as restavex, even today, on Haiti's child slaves.
Hey, shalom, Cap. What's going on, man?
Shalom, shalom, D. What's good?
Boy, that's good, man. We're about to do something hot, man, for the hammer.
You already know. Hammer time.
Boy, let me tell you something, man. You notice that soon that we have our independence from the French, we start treating each other the same.
Right. All that great work done, we freed ourselves. Levi freed themselves from captivity. Then they turn around and do the same thing. Like Leviticus 25:39 says. It says, if your brother be waxing poor, don't treat him like a bondservant. You got to treat that man like your brother, like one of your own family that we are.
That's why scripture is very important, man. We start applying it.
That's right.
So we can live a godly life in this earth.
That's what we need.
Scriptures. Israel.
Mon nom est Mathieu Méan. J'ai 13 ans. Je viens de Fond-des-Blancs. Je suis venu en août 2006 parce que ma mère n'a pas assez de moyens pour m'occuper.
J'ai 4 petites. Moi pas faire rien, moi pas travailler, moi pas faire rien avec ti moun yo. Gen peut-être m'pa ka prendre soin yo, m'pa ka occuper yo li aller Port-au-Prince.
En Haïti, on reste avec certains enfants qui laissent sa famille d'origine pour aller vivre dans une autre famille. C'est un enfant qui vient en général d'une famille très pauvre, en milieu rural surtout. Et c'est un enfant dont les parents n'ont pas les possibilités pour lui donner à manger, pour l'envoyer à l'école. Une fois arrivé dans la famille d'accueil, l'enfant travaille.
Je lave les vaisseaux, je basse toile mouillée, les filles balent la cour.
C'est un enfant qui travaille à longueur de journée et qui n'a pas vraiment de repos. La toute dernière loi qui a été promulguée le 5 juin 2003, c'est la loi sur la solidarité familiale. En principe, il n'y a pas de domesticité infantile en Haïti d'après la loi. Mais dans la pratique, les parents continuent à envoyer leurs enfants en ville. Les gens continuent à ne pas considérer l'enfant en domesticité comme un enfant. C'est deux choses différentes entre la réalité et ce qui est écrit.
L'autre année, je suis venu à battre, je suis venu à marier. Je suis venu à mettre dans tête, mais les femmes de petits. Donc, je devais me lever, me balayer, me laver l'assiette. Après ça, si je vais dire me faire que je vais acheter un gâteau avec pour mettre dans le pied. Toi, là, je m'a dit un cob dans l'école là. Je m'a dit, je dis, je vais aller, je vais bon cob là.
Et c'est ça que nous dit, système ça, sont un système qui va appeler le problème. On a fait une pétition, tout, nous avons presque plus que 12 500 personnes qui ont signé une pétition qui dit que les gens font des blancs, qui dit que ne sont pas d'accord avec le système qui est avec là. Et puis nous-mêmes, nous travaillons pour tout le monde font des blancs, pour nous voir si tout le monde est capable d'aller à l'école. Pour nous, seulement pas voir tout le monde n'importe comment aller avec nous, si on connaît le monde ça, pas payer et prendre soin de tout le monde ça, on ne peut pas mettre tout le monde à l'école.
Je pense que je fais ici, tu t'es qu'à voir à l'école. À l'école, si tu es à l'école, c'est pour apprendre, pour venir demain.
Si vous parlez de l'école, qui ça va finir vivre?
Ou pas bien vivre, les filles vont toujours être demandées.
Idéalement, ce serait de voir tous les petits-enfants jouissent d'une bonne santé, peuvent jouer dans un climat de sécurité, vivre dans leur propre famille, protégés, tous les petits-enfants vont à l'école. C'est ce que j'aimerais voir, moi.
Canadians, the Syrians, even the Arabs, and all the people of Europe. First, you enslave the people of the promise in Haiti.
President Obama named Bill Clinton as the one that should be in charge of the reconstruction of Haiti. And in that process, the Clinton Foundation, through U.S. taxpayers' money, and people giving money worldwide to the Clinton Foundation for relief effort to Haiti, contributed about $14.3 billion. We're talking about $1 billion, okay? And the Haitian people has not seen not even 2% of that money.
2%.
Nothing was done in Haiti.
Yeah. No, and the New York Times has investigated this. Lots of other people have and have found that it was donors to the Clinton Foundation that were then given these contracts. And they went in.
Exactly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Exactly. And actually, they were given those contracts. They were given millions of dollars from that money, and nothing was actually done in Haiti.
Yeah.
Haiti, just like everything the Clinton have done, is pay for play. And they control Haiti, and they have been controlling Haiti since 1994 when they invaded Haiti. Yeah. Myself, I can tell you that back in August of 1994, I was always in contact with U.S. officials. Yeah. And one of the person that came to see me in Haiti and talked to me for about 4 hours was ex-former Congressman Bill Richardson. And I explained to Bill the exact situation that was happening in Haiti. A week later, a messenger from the U.S. Embassy came to me with a message from Bill Clinton, offered to buy me out, make me the richest man in Haiti.
Okay.
I refused. I said, tell Mr. Clinton, I am not for sale.
Okay.
A week later, my visa, at that time I was not a citizen of the United States. My residence visa was revoked by executive order from Bill Clinton.
Sir,
I mean, what the Clinton have done in Haiti is unbelievable, and the American people should know about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then you strip them of their nationality. The Lord blessed them with a fruitful land in Haiti. You eat it all up.
In 1915, the U.S. invaded Haiti. Immediately they seized all the gold from Haitian banks and transferred them to the National City Bank in New York. The U.S. also put all Haitian banks under control of American banks. The United States took control of Haiti and wrote them a new constitution, one written to benefit them. The new constitution allowed Americans to purchase Haitian lands easily. Haitians, known for not giving up without a fight, gathered in their masses and decided to fight against this new constitution. The most famous leader in this rebellion was Charlemagne Perrault. The U.S. Marines hunted down Perrault, executed him, and tied his body to a door and paraded it through the streets of Haiti. They even took photos of the hero's dead body and scattered thousands from a plane throughout the nation. The U.S. military took control and ruled Haiti as a colony for 20 years. This colonial rule led to neo-colonialism.
They unify and kick out the colonizers, and then New France asked them for reparations.
Self-liberated Africans led the Haitian Revolution and ended slavery in present-day Haiti and the Dominican Republic. After 12 years of fighting the French colonial power, which had tried to reintroduce slavery, the formerly enslaved people of Saint-Domingue officially declared their independence and renamed their country Haiti. Many countries, including the United States, refused to recognize Haitian independence in fear of slave rebellions. And France refused to accept Haiti's independence unless Haiti paid 150 million francs as so-called compensation for lost revenues from slavery. That was around 10 times Haiti's annual budget. But Haiti couldn't decline the indemnity request since the French came ready for war, carrying more than 500 cannons on their ships. Articles from that period show that the French king knew the Haitian government wouldn't be able to repay the debt, which decimated Haiti's economy. Haitians had extremely high taxes, and most of the tax revenue was paid for the indemnity. This left the education system, public infrastructures, and healthcare underdeveloped. Agricultural land was also depleted to grow cash crops that paid for the debt but couldn't feed the country. It took Haiti 122 years to pay off its debt.
Yes, that's what they do. But that wasn't enough. You then stole black puppet leaders to further our affliction.
The occupation ensured that the U.S. prioritized its own interests in Haiti over what was best for Haitians. The U.S. occupation ended in 1934 after local dissent and rebellion grew too costly for the U.S. to control. But even after the occupation, the United States continued to play a role in the internal affairs of Haiti. In 1957, the U.S. government threw its support behind a Haitian dictator.
Yo, Cap, you ever heard what the U.S. did to the Haitian people in 1934? They act like they left Haiti, but they set up wicked men.
Deacon, there's nothing new under the sun. It's the same thing, 1 Maccabees 8:13. Who they want to reign, they're going to set them up as puppet masters to oppress the people and look over their riches and steal all the wealth from the land.
Damn, that's what democracy is about.
That's
Rob and steal.
Yeah, we vote for the puppet master.
Damn.
François Duvalier. Duvalier and his successor, aka his son Jean-Claude, ate up aid from the United States in exchange for their strong anti-communist stand at the height of the Cold War. Haitian uprisings ended Duvalier Jr.'s rule and led to Haiti choosing its democratically elected leader, Jean-Bertrand Aristide, in 1990. But within a year, Aristide's government was toppled by a coup. Not only was one of the leaders of the coup on the CIA's payroll, but the U.S. had set up and funded the Haitian military and National Intelligence Service, which both played key roles in the coup. Ousted Aristide returned to his second presidency in 2001, and again was forced out of office by a coup that he claimed the U.S. had orchestrated. And after that, President Obama's cabinet pressured a Haitian presidential candidate to withdraw in 2010.
To this day, to the wicked nation of Edom, let my people go.